I'd probably even pick Topaz over Jing Yuan. Not because I think Topaz is stronger than Jing Yuan, just because she's got thighs. She's showing all the thigh meat, bro. So
All right, what's up, guys? So today I have something special, something that not a lot of it doesn't really happen a lot, to be honest, in a lot of other videos. But we have a podcast type of video about a certain someone in the community that, well, I guess you could say is controversial. We got here Mr. EU, Mr. Pokey, and Miss Moon over here. Let y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves first with EU, and then we'll go down the square.
all right, cool. So you guys can call me EO. I don't know why Reed's calling me EU,
Because Moon
but I
said
feel like
it. No way. That's what I said
yeah,
first.
man. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I know about you," and they're gonna type EW. They're all gonna type EW in the comments. And you're like, "Oh yeah, it was so cool," but nah. Um, EO, hi, how you guys doing? I'm getting over the sickness, so eventually videos will return. But in this, is this a stream or a
It's a
podcast? Like a video, right?
podcast. It's video.
You're gonna hear me coughing quite often, but other I can't edit it out. This sucks. Um, yeah, I'm dying. That's number one. Number two, hi. I like Starro and I make content for Starro, so cool.
Mr. Pokey.
All right, yeah. Hey guys, Mr. Fuki here, back with another video with a lot of very interesting people today. Yeah, so we've got some very interesting topics regarding like what he said just now. It's a very interesting character, so looking forward to deep dive into what we're gonna have to explore. Right.
And Moon.
Hi, I'm Moon and I do, just YouTube videos on Starro. And all I'm gonna say is that EO got me sick and I blame him wholeheartedly. He got sick and then I got sick, so like I blame him. But yeah, that's
Dang.
really all there is to it. Like we're just gonna talk about a controversial character and hopefully nobody gets canceled from this.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. But make sure to go ahead and follow to all of these creators. They're absolutely amazing. The link will be in the description to go to all their channels. Absolutely amazing content creators, all of them, to be honest. But today, like I said, in case we don't get canceled and y'all actually still like us, we are going to be talking about the main character. Even with Kafka dropping, with Blade, with all the new updates coming out, there's one character that some reason, somehow, they're still popular and not for a good reason. And that is Mid Yuan or Jing Yuan. they're already like clip already clip. Already canceled. I'm done.
Easily, bro.
That's the clip. That's the clip right there. You're done. You're
Yeah,
done.
that's a clip, right?
But today, yes, we are gonna.
Coming, guys.
But today we are talking about Jing Yuan because yes, I guess you could say he's probably one of the most popular characters in terms of discussion, just because people have either thought he's one of the best DPS characters in the world or maybe one of the worst to come out since his release. So today we're going to be talking about a bunch of different topics in regards to Jing Yuan, getting all of these content creators different opinions, either if they like him or not, which hopefully somebody has a different opinion. But other than that, let's go ahead and start with the first question. Of course, we're going to go the same route how we did the introductions. We'll start from the top, go around the square, and let's go ahead and start from the first one, which I want to kind of get to the root of, I guess you could say, the problem, which I want to talk about the path system really quickly, just because in all honesty, as we know, Jing Yuan is the forefront of the erudition path, and in all honesty, the erudition path isn't really that special. In all honesty, follow-up attacks,
Deleted from the game.
follow-up attacks, AoE, all kind of distributed to other paths in the game. So I kind of want to get y'all opinions on the path system in, I guess you could say, and talking about what role does erudition have, or like what can they do in all honesty to fix what they're trying to do with erudition, because everyone has their own, I guess you could say what they do, like hunt, DPS, nihility debuff, or something like that. What does erudition do? So let's go ahead and start with Io. We can get your opinion on the path system and erudition as a whole.
I think I love a lot of the stuff about Starro and the classes. I like erudition. I like Jing Yuan a lot. I think erudition has become obsolete. I think it should just be deleted from the game because there's no reason that nihility characters and destruction characters should be doing what erudition is supposed to do and better. And I think that's a fault for Hoyoverse. And it's a a different team, right? It's a Honkai Impact's original team, and then some people from Genshin and some new guys. So they're still learning. It's fine. But they gotta fix erudition. Like Genuine, we know how that is, right? The CC issues. Lightning Lord is basically the character Jing Yuan is like the stat stick for Lightning Lord. Himiko is at this point honestly non-existent. I am even looking at some of the cracked out Himikos that I have seen. She's like putting out so much subpar damage, right? Her damage is so subpar compared to every other DPS character in the game, and her follow-up attack, it doesn't. It's just not cutting it. The break system is fine. I like that. I like the idea of a break Himiko, but it doesn't do enough damage, and it's not reliable, right? Like you can't make the follow-up attack do the break. You break and then the follow-up attack happens, so that it kind of like leans you towards building her on this crit, because that thing can crit. Um, but it's just it's really wonky. It's really weird. Serval, all the lightning characters are high investment as fuck, but Erudition lightning characters are high investment with uh, very little reward compared to the other characters. And as much as we don't like doing it, but I know all like it was all over Reddit for like the last 2 weeks, I think. Kafka. Kafka versus Jing Yuan, Kafka versus whoever. Kafka is also high investment, and in fact more high investment. But like if we remove the other DOT characters, because she doesn't need them, then you just have Kafka versus Jing Yuan. There's no reason she should be outputting similar, if not more, damage than Jing Yuan with Ting Eunice as partner. Like that's crazy. So, yeah, they need to fix Erudition.
Actual facts. Mr. Pokey, what do you think about the pass system and Erudition as a whole?
Mm, I think in terms of MOC, Erudition definitely doesn't really have a content where they really shine, because so far I'm just gonna talk about like, for example, the later stages, right? Like in MOC like 9 and 10, because in the early stages it doesn't really matter that much. You pretty much can clear everybody.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about MOC 10. Most of the MOC 10 right now, it's usually one elite boss at the second wave and then 2 bosses at the last wave, right? Like for example, Kafka and one of the general, and the MOC 10 phase 1 was the 2 decaying shadows, right? So for this kind of content, I don't think Erudition can shine that hard, because there's just not a lot of units for your AoE damage to output, right? Maybe like a few years down the road, they come up with like 5 elite bosses in a single wave. Then I think that's where Erudition will probably really start shining a lot. Like for example, people like Himeko, all this kind of stuff. But that aside, at the current state of the game, I do think that they tend to fall a little bit short, because I do think that hunting characters such as Sile or even Yanqing to a certain extent, if you're on the right element, as long as you kill a boss fast enough, just get rid of one boss very quickly, then the survival pressure for the rest of the team is not going to be as strong, right? Because you really took down one, just need to take down the other. As compared to, for example, you want to kill 2 bosses at the same time, then while they're both alive, they're still going to be both doing damage, and they will probably hurt your team a little bit more compared to like you kill one first before the other. So that's my general stance for MOC, right? So that's Erudition. But in terms of like other contents, like for example, like overall farming, I'm not sure if you guys even do overall farming, but I actually really like using like Herta and Himeko, right? They clear the mobs really quickly, so I just had to do about it. Yeah, just a little quality of life, right? So in terms of overall farming, or maybe even Steam Universe, I think they're not that bad. But in terms of like MOC, then maybe not as strong. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I kind of like that perspective with like overworld farming. They're kind of like the kings, because you know the AOE damage with the waves is just they're instantly gonna die. So that's actually a good
Exactly.
That's a good aspect of that. But dear Lord, please don't let this dude ever develop a Hoyoverse game. If I see 5 Kafkas or 5 generals in the same MOC floor, I'm instantly blocking this dude. All right, Moon, go ahead. Your opinions on the Erudition class and the pass system as a whole.
So I can definitely agree with both of the points that were made. Basically that Erudition kind of feels like it needs help in a sense, but also in MOC, it feels like Erudition isn't really like shining in MOC. I feel like, and I've actually spoken about this prior in a video in actually relation to Jing Yuan, but essentially I feel like there needs to be possibly maybe even better light cones for Erudition as well, because I feel like the main one that everyone looks upon is the genuine light cone. And that light cone is really good, but like, can we make it even better? Like it's more so
that's a strong light cone you want to get better.
yeah, make it stronger more.
Oh Lord.
No, but I feel like also if we got a relic set that supported Erudition more, that would definitely be like, really good. Granted, I will say if we got like an Erudition set that's like, oh, let's buff AoE damage by 1,000,000%, I think that would also kind of buff though, like our current contenders for AoE. Like, for example, Blade would technically get
Oh
a buff
Lord.
from that as well,
He does
and
not
so
anymore.
would Kafka. So it's hard to make, I feel like, an erudition buff, if you will, whether in the form of relics or whatever it may be, without also buffing those two characters in particular, because they also have really strong AoE potential. I mean, even Clara has really good AoE potential. So I feel like it's really tough to say with erudition because I personally really like QQ. I know she's like gotcha within gotcha, but she's pretty good if you do get copies of her. But I feel like that's also a thing is like a lot of the erudition characters sometimes like really want those copies because, their potential may be more so hidden behind it. But
Mm.
I feel like it's just it sucks a little because I think it's kind of crazy that a Nihility character is outputting so much damage in comparison, like AoE damage. Because like I built out my Kafka and she's just destroying everything she sees. She looks at you like in that trailer, she just murders everything.
Actual facts.
So, but yeah, I don't think the class is bad. I just think a buff or something that can help the class would be heavily good for it. That's all I really think about that, though.
All right. I like the bringing up QQ because I've actually heard like she's like #1 DPS or something like that at like E4 or something because I've seen like people take him out to a tournament, take her out to a tournament, like she's doing like massive damage if she gets her
Oh
like
yeah,
stacks in
yeah.
or something like
It
that.
was the
Yeah.
tournament. Yeah, that guy was my team. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It was
dude,
actually.
that is insane. I want to. I have mine
Yeah, yeah,
E6
yeah.
and I have Jing Yuan's light cone, so I was like, I need to build her at some point, but I just never have the resources. But actually, the fact that Moon talked about the relic thing, that is a topic that we're gonna talk about in the later on in the video, which is one thing I want to bring up. We already have Inert Soto as like a full-on like erudition kind of, I guess you could say relic set because you get crit rate, ultimate damage, follow-up damage. That's already insane, like increase for them. But again, we'll talk about that in a quick second. We're gonna go ahead with the next one and our personal experiences with Jing Yuan. Are they overall good? Overall bad? What do you like about the character? What do you not like about the character? Specific to him, of course, I'm pretty sure all of us have probably already 30 starred MOC with Jing Yuan at least, if I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone pretty much has their good understanding of how his character works. We all were able to clear one of the hardest contents in the game with him, so of course that gives him his own merit. But I want to go ahead and see if anyone has some specific opinions on him as a character and their personal experience with them. We're gonna start with Moon first, and then we're gonna work our way around. That way, she's not always answering last.
Okay. In MOC case, I don't think he's that bad to be honest. Like I've had definitely good success with him and I feel like in 1.0 especially, but I will say that I've noticed they know what they're doing. Hoyoverse knows what they're doing. They always make specific MOC buffs for that new
Mhm.
banner character and it's like, "Oh wow, my character is doing so much damage." But then the next patch, I'm like, "Wait, what just happened?" They were literally doing way more. But in 1.0, if I'm not mistaken, there's a buff for Hunt and
Oh yeah,
Erudition,
that was
which makes
disgusting.
sense. Yeah, that buff was really good. It made Jing Yuan really powerful. It made Zila even more powerful. But then I feel like after 1.0, without that MOC buff, a lot of people were like, wait,
Mhm.
like Jing Yuan doesn't feel as great, which I personally did experience that myself. I believe what I ended up doing was this is gonna sound so bad. I just stopped using him.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, I started using Yangqing because I'm like, you know what? Let me
Dang.
try this. And then I was like, wait, Clara. And then I used Clara and I'm still using Clara. I have pulled that child so many times.
Oh,
She's like E3 at this
lucky.
point.
Oh, lucky. She is strong, E1. That
No, she's really strong. They keep making her stronger though, because like some
holy.
people are like, "Oh, Clara's kind of whatever," and I'm like,
Mm-mm.
"No, she's
Yeah,
not."
she
Like
is still
Yukong is
good.
really good with her. Lucha is really good with her as well. I know obviously there's Blade, but I sometimes use both of them on the same team, and I
Dang.
never die.
Yeah, Clara is omega underrated. I can't believe how many people sleep on
Yeah,
Clara. There's like it's insane.
she's so good.
All right, that's it with your opinion on Jing Yuan?
Uh, yeah, like I would say he's not bad. It's just I felt pretty bad. I was like, damn, I'm just let me just try something because I don't know how many bosses were actually weak to lightning in 1.1 because I just felt like using like a different element at that time.
Hmm.
Yeah. But we're not gonna talk about if Like, if you ask, are you guys currently using him?
Oh.
I'm not answering that question. I already gave
I
the
think
answer.
possibly everyone here would have the same answer. All right, well, Mr. Pokey, go ahead and talk about Jing Yuan, your personal experience with using him in any form of content. If you think he's good, you think he's bad, all the ups and downs of him, lay it on us.
Right. Yeah, like exactly what Destiny said just now. In 1.0, I also put for Jing Yuan. I got his E0S1. It was really good because the buff in 1.0, I
Oh.
believe that your erudition hunt unit, you get an extra turn, right? And that was huge.
Yeah,
for
that was
Jing Yuan because this extra
insane.
turn meant, yeah, you basically can stack up to 10 stacks like a lot really easily,
Yes.
even for an account without like Bronya or Star. Right? So 1.0 was really like the peak of my Jing Yuan experience. And then yeah, exactly like what Destiny said again. After that buff went away, it just got really difficult to consistently gain 10 Lightning Lord stacks, and that really hurt Jing Yuan's
Yeah.
damage output. And not to mention, all the new MOC enemies that we've seen, like for example, the red robot, the Alamutron,
Oh my
that
God.
imprisons you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then Decaying Shadows, right? She also imprisons you. The moment my Jing Yuan gets imprisoned, and if he doesn't get cleansed before Lightning Lord takes turn, it's done, right? It's
Yeah, it's
basically done.
GG.
Even if you have 10 stacks Lightning Lord, it just goes all the way to the end. And the worst part is you don't even feel good using his ultimate or his skills, right? Because I would dare say like more than half of his damage is from his Lightning Lord. So if me using my skills and my outs, and my Lightning Lord is already at 10 stack, it's like I'm wasting it right now. I could have just saved it for the next one. So do I use it or do I not use it? And then if I use it now and then I just do the damage, it's like wasted potential Lightning Lord stacks that could have been otherwise used another time, right? And another issue that I've kind of faced with Jing Yuan is that even though he's an erudition unit, he doesn't tend to excel really well in scenarios that are supposedly good for erudition. So for example, like let's just say erudition is very good against, like, for example, 3 enemies or 4 enemies, right? But the thing is, the Lightning Lord's damage, it's scattered all over the place. It's RNG,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes it hit unit A, B, or C, or D. Yeah, so it doesn't even deal the same amount of damage for like 4 units versus like 2 units, right? If it's 4 units, each single individual Lightning Lord strike is gonna be weaker and weaker. So it's gonna take even longer time to kill though. For example, compared with like Himiko or even like Kafka, their ultimates is fixed. If it's like for example 100% damage to one guy times 5 or times 3 or times 4. But Jing Yuan is like, nope, you're just gonna divide this amongst all the people. So I feel like even in the future, if they were to release content that is gonna be suited to erudition, like for example 5 Kafka elites, Jing Yuan probably wouldn't even.
I'm speaking into existence. Please, the Hoyoverse, do
that ever exist.
Imagine them fighting 5
Oh
champions and they're all
my
lightning
God.
resistant.
If I fight 5 automatons, I'm quitting Honkai Star Rail. Like,
And
there's
they
no
have
way.
domination.
There's no way. Please,
I'm just
Hoyoverse,
saying if it happens, yeah.
do not listen to Mr.
Like-
Pokey, please.
I'm just saying. Like, if for this kind of content where there's a lot of elite bosses, I feel like Jing Yuan isn't even gonna shine as well as like other erudition units, in particular Jing Yuan, just because his line not just splits all over the place. His skill and his ultimate is not bad, right? Because it is equal damage to everybody. But the thing is that that's not even the majority of his damage. The majority of his damage is tied to his Lightning Lord. So that's like my second issue. And then I think my last issue is at the end of the day, this is a gacha game. You're always gonna like see new units, and if there's any form of comparison, people are gonna make them. So in this case, we do have Kafka versus Jing Yuan, and this has been such a big thing because they are both 5-star, they're both lightning, and they're kind of like both AOE. And right now, at the current moment, Kafka just does everything that Jing Yuan can do, but better. And it just kind of like feels bad if you put an investor in Jing Yuan and suddenly Kafka comes here. You don't even need to invest in crit ratio on Kafka. You literally just need some attack and some speed, and you can throw in like so many different teams. Like Jing Yuan, he has to be paired with like Asta. He has to pair with Ting Yun, Bronya, and plus a healer. Kafka, you can literally just you can use DOT with her. You can use the exact same coin with Jing Yuan with her. You can just use like 3 DOTs. You can use so many things, and she can still do the job, but even better, which is like. Yeah, I don't really know, man. So that's my overall thoughts on Jing Yuan.
Yeah, I honestly do think they set up Jing Yuan to feel a little bit like, I guess you could say, less than himself with that 1.0 buff. I think that 1.0 buff was a little too strong. Like, it gave everyone a very false sense of this is his bar, right? And everyone was 10 stacking Lightning Lord. Everyone was getting as much damage as they possibly could consistently. Every turn Jing Yuan had his Lightning Lord up, it was 10 stacks, 10 stacks, 10 stacks. It was super easy to get your turn back. You didn't have to invest in speed. You didn't have to invest in anything else. It was just straight up 10 stacks, boom, kill, and that's it. Now, when 1.1 came around and people were getting 4 or 5 stacks, that's where everyone was like, oh no. Me personally, I was like, What happened to my Jing Yuan? Do I have my relics on them? Because oh my god, that was absolutely insane. All right, Ayo, now you. I already know this man's about to tear him apart.
Nah, I mean they pretty much covered, you know, everything that I would have wanted to say anyway, because dude, it just the the buff that we had during MOC at that time, I didn't even pay attention to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I just thought that was normal Jing damage, and he was getting maybe like a slight 5 to 10% increase in his damage. So it felt okay. And then it went away. And I didn't notice because I wasn't really as Mr. Poke said, I wasn't paying attention to how quickly or how easily I was getting 10 stacks. I just thought it was like normal, like, okay, bet, yeah, I'm doing my skill every couple turns. I'm getting 10 stacks. Here's my ultimate. I'm getting 10 stacks, you know, every turn or so. Nope. After that, it was like, yeah, you're getting like 4 or 5, maybe. I'm like, oh wow, I did I build him wrong or something? Like, what was going on? So
Facts.
I had to like really look into that. I had a whole stream about it. I got flamed for a video. I got flamed on Reddit, and they were like, "Oh man, his Jing Yuan only has 147 crit damage." And I'm like, "Only? Only? What do you mean? Like that's a lot of crit damage, right?" And they're like, "No, bro, you're trash. You need at least 70 and 200%." Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, how do you have 70% crit rate and 200% crit damage? And they're like, "Yeah, every real Jing Yuan main knows that." And I'm just like, my Zila doesn't even have that, and she's doing more damage. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, this is not okay. So I worked on it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna rig it. So I rigged it to where he had like 170 or 181% crit damage, and I was critting most of the time, right? But when he didn't crit, oh boy. And then they couldn't say anything. Oh well, you need 144 speed now. And I'm like, bro, y'all are just making excuses at this point. Like, I need everything under the sun to make this guy cracked out of his mind. And it just, he's still not doing the damage. And that was kind of it for me. So I don't know, man. Jing Yuan is one of those characters where I love him as a concept. I love him as a character. I'm a huge fan of Persona. Big fan of JoJo. So like the Jing Taro, right? I love it. I love the design behind him altogether. I don't like that I have to invest, as I said, 200% crit damage, 70% crit rate, 199 speed. I need all these things to make him do the same damage that my subpar Zila is doing, or my decently built Kafka is doing. My blade, without even having my blade's not done. Like, I still want more relics and better relics for him. He doesn't even have a win percent orb. He still has an HP percent orb. Clears my Jing Yuan out of the water when it comes to how much damage he's outputting, how fast he clears it. Clears Jing Yuan. I still need to apparently build my Asta so that she is not level 50 in order to get Jing his stacks all the time. So I need Ting Yun, and I need Asta, and I need some form of sustain, whether that be Locha or Japard or whoever. None of those members on the team have any form of cleanse. So Jing Yuan, just if he gets CC, he's screwed. And I miss out on my DPS. Asta definitely can't do DPS. Ting Yun can't do DPS. So there's so much about building a Jing Yuan team with the what he needs in mind, and then you don't actually get to do anything from that. So if he's CC'd, you lose. You know, you're not hitting your 30-star clear, your 3-star clear on whatever MOC you're doing. He's probably gonna get killed. We all know Ting Yun likes to get punched in the face, so she's gonna get punched in the face. She goes down. Now you don't have a buffer. Asta's buff doesn't really matter for that. It's besides his speed, and then like even then, I'm still not doing the damage anymore. Whoever my sustain is can't sustain everybody. Probably gonna go down. It's just it's so bad, man. And then you get Kafka or you get Blade, and it's like, yeah, I just do work. Oh, cool. Do you need a partner? Not really. Like, it'd be nice if I had Ting Yun. You know, she's cool. I like her buffs. Oh, what about Yukong? I could work with that. Yeah, sure. Give me Yukong, bro. Oh, what if you just didn't have that? What if I give you Pela? Oh no, I love Pela. Oh, she has the 40% defense down. Yeah, throw her on the team, bro. Throw her on the team, and I'm just gonna crack through all their defenses with my DOT. Wow, that's crazy. Do you need Sampo? Not really. It'd be cool if I had him though. You're gonna see the 110K jump from 110K to 135K, 146K. Oh, damn. That's crazy. How does Jing Yuan get that damage? Oh, Jing doesn't get the damage. Lightning Lord gets the damage. Oh, how does he get that? You need 7 different things to get him anywhere above 100K. Wow. Kafka only needs like 2. That's crazy. Then you're gonna have the people come in the comments. Oh, well, Kafka takes more because you have to build 9 characters. You don't, you know, like, oh, well, Kafka also needs Asta. if you want a 200 speed Kafka, sure. And even then, that's better than 100 and what are y'all running? 144 speed on Jing or
I
something like
think
that.
something like
So you
that.
get like 170 something or 180 something with the capped out Jing speed for Asta, so you can get the max Lightning Lord stacks. Kafka goes like 3 times if you give her 200 speed. She's just boom, boom, boom. All right, that's DOT. Boom, 20 to 35k right there. Boom, another 20 to 35k right there. Oh, I got my ultimate ult, and I get another turn after that. Like it's ridiculous how much damage she gets if you give her 200 speed. She doesn't need it, but if you do give it to her, you're just running through the entire game. Like it's a hot take, but because I was talking to Moon about this yesterday, and I said that if the right conditions are met, like if we're giving everybody their perfect scenarios, I think I would put Kafka in S plus with Zila because
Hmm.
the amount of damage that she can spit out and the speed that she can spit it out is stupid.
This man, Io said they pretty much said everything I had to say, and then went on for probably the longest out of everyone. Yeah, but in all
If
honesty, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you guys don't know, if the topic is good enough, I end up talking. That's my bad.
That's a good thing. That's
So
a good thing. But I think a lot of the things, it's not like we're saying he okay, the next topic is gonna kind of like lead into what I'm saying right now, but it's not like we think he's absolute dog water. Like we know he has his problems. Like yes, he needs like the right characters to make him do okay damage. He needs a fat ton of investment. I do think Jing Yuan, in all honesty, my personal opinion, has probably one of the highest bars for or highest ceilings for damage, in all honesty, but it takes so much to get there. And for the average player, for the average free play player, those resources, that investment for those relics, for the light cone, everything that you possibly need to get them to that ceiling that I'm talking about, it's a little way too much compared to every other character in the game. You go to Sele, you go to Kafka, you go to Blade. All these characters are doing some insane stuff at like subpar investment. And Jing Yuan, well, he kind of needs like almost the highest amount that you possibly need to. Same with your other characters, you need to have them specced out to the max. Like I said, he takes a lot, but in all honesty, it's not like we're saying he's an overall crazy bad character because all of us 30 started MLC with him at one point. We all did it, so we beat one of the hardest forms of content with them. There's overall, you can't say that we're just trashing on him just to trash on him. Not really, because like I said, we've beat the hardest content in the game, and if a character is able to do that, which I would hope a 5-star they come out can do that, if they're able to do that, then that means they're usable. And at the end of the day, it's your account. It's a gacha game. You play who you want to play, and you invest who you want to invest in. You gotta have fun, unless, or what's the point of playing the game? But instead of us
mhm.
trashing on Jing Yuan, let's go ahead and say something nice about him. All right, let's make the Jing Yuan mains Reddit happy. Okay. So Ayo, we're gonna talk about only good stuff. Do not put but. Do not rip him apart again. We're gonna say something nice about Jing Yuan. All right, and I actually do have my.
No howevers.
I like how everyone is like,
Sorry.
"Ooh, what do I say?" All right.
Yeah, this is you know what, I feel like this might be, you see the Twitter thread thing going around where it's like say one bad thing about whatever this is, or say one good
Mm-hmm.
thing about whatever this is. I feel like that's what this is because I don't, the only good thing I have is Jinx though. Like the character as himself
Mm-hmm.
is cool. You know what I will say, um and I'll try not to say however, as Moon just said.
Man's gonna be like, he's gonna be like that meme with the dude with the red face, just like really wanting to say something.
Just sitting there. Nah, Jing's potential is, he has a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
It's 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 not as high as some other characters because of like future investment, right? They can get buffed and they can have other characters help them do more damage. Jing's potential is all on him. And other characters could help out, but they don't help for his damage. They help for like team damage, which is why I kept saying if Erudition got some kind of massive rework or a huge buff, even if they were like to I guess technically if they rebuffed Tingyun, right? If they took away the 50% nerf before the
Mm-hmm.
official release, and then they gave it to her, that would significantly help Jing Yuan. Or if they turned his like the whole CC thing, right? Like made Lightning Lord to where he replaces his speed if he gets CC'd. If you un-CC him, then he jumps back up to his spot, or he immediately dishes it out. Just if they readjusted Jing Yuan's kit, then he would perform significantly better. And already, like right now, yeah, the damage is there, but like we said, you have to work for XYZ. Just rework his kit, and this character will be I'll throw him up there. Like I'll feel like he's one of the stronger characters in the game again, at least because he's got a lot of potential. I don't know.
Mhm.
He's a cool character. I like Lightning Lord. I like Jing Yuan. I like the general aspect. I like that he's very nonchalant. He knows he's powerful, but the game just does not represent that right now. Um,
Nice butt, nice
and
butt.
yeah,
You did?
I didn't say however. I didn't say however though. It was a but,
They're-
so
they're-
it doesn't count.
They really did, in all honesty,
Okay.
build him up to like in terms of like they gave him his old animation. They gave him
Right,
like
no one else
ev-
has that.
they
Like,
gave
he's
him
hyped up.
everything. I think he has like one of the like higher sold banners in the game. Like they hyped him up like crazy. Yeah, definitely like his design, his character as a whole is a really, really big selling point, and a lot of people loved him for that. It's just, yeah, when it came time to use him, I don't know if everyone was so down with
Mhm.
it. But Mr. Pokey, what about you? You got your one nice thing, or you could say multiple if you can find any.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I definitely have some nice things. Aside from his character design or like how
Mhm.
his voice line, he's voiced by JoJo and like his line super
Noted.
cool. Aside from all those things, just gameplay alone, his line does do quite a significant amount of
Mhm.
toughness bar damage. I believe
Yes,
that 10
that-
stats
yeah,
line
exactly,
if you hit
yes.
those on the same target. It just like evaporates the toughness like instantly,
Mhm.
and I don't think any other unit can do this. So
Yeah,
that's definitely a good thing.
Heck yeah.
And then another thing, I guess, in terms of clearing mobs, it's also pretty decent, right? Same as any other erudition unit. Seele can clear mobs as well, but probably not as fast, right? She
Yeah.
needs to go a lot of times, whereas Jing Yuan just like swipes once and then outswipes everything is dead. So
Mhm.
definitely has some use there. Yeah. So another good thing is that if somehow Jing Yuan's kit, or rather his weakness to crowd control, somehow gets removed by another mechanic such as like some of a buff that prevents him from getting crowd control from some way or another, right? I think this is gonna greatly improve his performance, right? So because that's one of his biggest weakness, right? If he's got crowd control of his line not just too bloody slow and gets pushed all the way back, if he can somehow negate this weakness, then I think he's gonna be a lot more flexible, a lot more comfortable playing with Jing Yuan. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you talking about like a buff to a character, and like when they would get CC, it'd be like instantly like nah, no CC, like something like that?
Kind of.
Yeah, like for example, like other gacha games, like those kind of like immunity
Oh,
buffs.
yeah.
So if you have this
Yeah.
immunity buff, you're no longer affected by any sort of crowd
Yeah,
control
that would
for
be
that
really
one turn,
nice, to be
something like this.
honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Yukong has I think it's a trace, her first trace. She has it to where she just ignores one debuff. And
That's
it's
insane.
every 2 turns that this resets. So if she were gonna get
Oh, okay.
imprisoned or frozen or anything like that, Yukong just like, nah, I don't want to. And she ignores it, in her trace. If Jing Yuan had that, that
Ooh.
would be good. Or
Yeah,
if there was a
heck yeah.
character that's like, you know what, I'm gonna put up a magical force field. No one gets debuff. You know the move? I compare everything to Pokemon. My bad. There's a move called Safeguard in Pokemon. It lasts for 5 turns and it blocks any type
Yes, sir.
of
Yes,
status.
sir. Yeah.
immunity.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
see?
Yes, sir.
So if that were in Star Rail from any character, it doesn't matter if the character's a 4-star or 5-star. If they gave the game some type of safeguard ability or safeguard like ability, obviously don't make it last for 5 turns. That's broken, but like 2 to
Heck
3
yeah.
turns, right?
That's still
Then
broken.
Jing Yuan can do whatever the fuck he wants. Because if he's like, oh, I don't have to get frozen anymore, boom, 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 they're all gone. And you're good, right? Because Lightning Lord is gonna go 10 stacks all the time. He's gonna get up there, boom. And I guess if I want them to increase his speed, now that we're talking about it, I feel like if they gave him a little bit more for Lightning Lord to be able to jump up, maybe replace the speed with like an action advance so that it actually jumps up, right? Because you have like there's the enemies with the guns and then they send their partners forward or they send the bombs
Oh,
forward
yeah,
and the
yeah,
bomb like jumps all the way up. I know that bomb speed is not that high, but like it just jumps up there with the action advance. Or the dogs are like, oh, I'm dead.
I
I'm
hate
gonna
that.
jump my entire party to the front. Why can't Jing Yuan just be like, all right, well, I have 10 stacks now, 50% action advance forward,
That would make a lot
be
of
much
sense,
better than
yeah.
the speed.
That make a
For
lot
sure,
of
for sure, for
sense,
sure.
but a
Definitely.
fat ton of like, I guess you could say it'd be harder to. No, actually, no. The thing is that imagine like you're already at like 1 health enemy and it's like that one small robot, and the next wave is about to happen. You accidentally get 10 stacks and boom, overkill times 50 on that one small robot. Like imagine.
Hey, that robot deserved it.
Yeah,
He shouldn't have been in my way.
All right, Moon. It's been a minute since you've gone to talk, so go ahead and say your one nice thing about Jing Yuan, or multiple, like I said, if you can find any.
hair.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Nah, I like the lion. How about that?
No, oh no.
God.
You can't say the design.
Oh, it's go
That's already
based,
been taken
based.
up.
Uh,
Canceled
um,
immediately.
Oh my gosh. I like his design a lot, and I also like the voice actor. And I also do agree with like both of the points. I feel like his potential is definitely there. The only issue is, well, basically the issues we've stated, but I feel like that he can possibly get better. I also thought of it, I guess, while everyone else was talking. If there was also like maybe a new buffer that came out that was purposed for like erudition or AoE damage, I think that'd be good. Like I'm I'm just gonna do the, like, for example, like let's say it was a, oh, buffs up follow up attack damage by like, I don't know, 50% or some shit like that. Oh my god, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, it's
I've been
fine.
doing it this
It's
whole
fine.
time.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, because I don't swear in my videos, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Um,
fine.
uh, yeah, so that could be really good, like something, just something to buff up. Because if a lot of his damage is, of course, coming from Lightning Lord, any way to buff up follow up attack damage would be very beneficial. So if there's like a character that could help with that, that can become possibly a better buffer for him than Ting Yun, that could be like really big for him. And even characters like Himiko and even our poor Herta, who always gets forgotten. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Herta.
I think everyone has
But-
a
They
86
nerfed
by
the
now,
hell
right?
out of her.
Yeah, from like the betas to
Mhm.
release, I feel like they just were like erudition too strong from beta to release.
That might have happened.
Like,
That might have been what happened, to be
It might have
honest.
been what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Himiko was strong CBT too.
Jing
and
Yuan
then
was like
Herta-
OP.
Yeah. He was cracked. Like all of the theory crafters or the testers, they're like, yeah, Jing Yuan's better than Zila. And they're like, no, that's not true. That's not possible. And it's like, no, here are the numbers. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's better. And I'm like, I want Jing Yuan now. So
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
go ahead.
yeah, that could be good. And yeah, that's really it. It's just he has a pretty good bar for potential. It's just I feel like we haven't, which some people may think we have, possibly gotten to the like his full potential. But once again, I feel like they could definitely release things to help with that. And also, since they decided to buff Nihility in 1.2 for Silver Wolf, I think they could do that for our erudition. I'm telling you, we get an erudition 5-star in a patch, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, secret buff to erudition. We decided to buff all follow-up attack damage
Oh
by
my-
1,000,000%."
They definitely can do something like that where it's patch specific, because we just literally got that in the new patch that's coming out with Lynx, where she's gonna be increasing taunt on what was it? It's I'm forgetting the names.
Preservation and
Yeah,
destruction.
preservation
I
and
can't wait for
destruction.
that character.
That
dude. Oh
is
my gosh.
absolutely insane.
Yes, sir.
I love that they're making it
Yeah.
super specific, kind of to help team comps, and of course
Yeah.
it's towards Blade. Like that's 100% Blade's character. Max HP increase.
Blade and Clara.
Yeah.
They're
Oh
gonna-
yeah.
you're
Oh
gonna see
yeah.
those
Oh,
two
I didn't
jump.
even think
Yeah,
of that.
yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, because like we and tier lists are so weird, right? Because we try and like we're going completely off tangent.
No,
at
it's,
this
no,
point,
it's
but,
fine to be honest.
tier lists are weird because you have the character, and then you'll have two types of tier lists. One where they
By themselves.
put the character in the tier without their like
Mhm.
perfect partner or their ideal scenario, and then you have the other ones where they put them in there and like, okay, if they were in the perfect world, they'd be in like S tier or S plus tier or
Mhm.
whatever. Lynx comes to the game, and I think
Oh.
Lynx is automatically an S tier character,
No, yes,
specifically
for sure.
for preservation and the destruction units, but more importantly because if you need survivability, she adds that for like a Japard, for instance, or
Mhm.
your Fushun. If you need just raw damage so that you never have to worry about sustain at all, give her to Clara or give her to Blade. And then those two are already doing damage that's S tier worthy as it is. And then you just double it, right? So now you have Bronya, you have Lynx, and now you can add like another DPS or Pela or Silverwolf, whatever you want. And then someone like Blade or Clara just murders because they're constantly getting hit, they're constantly triggering their talent, and their talent's already doing, I don't know, like my Blade's talent does like 80k or something like that. So 80k,
Flex.
right? Or like Claire's talent's doing like 30 something k, every single time. You just see the numbers skyrocket, bro. She's gonna be such a phenomenal character to like get our hands on. Oh my gosh.
Yo, Lynx, a hot take before we go back onto Jing Yuan. I think she's right there with Luocha. I'm putting that right there. I think she's right there with like neck and
Yeah.
neck. I'm literally not even playing around. I do think Luocha and Lynx are literally the same tier.
She's
like it.
she's like a combination of all the healers if you think about it.
Mr. Pokey, you have a problem with what I said?
He's like Locha top tier, never, no way.
I think
He's like, you just effed up, my
um,
boy.
No. I think she's really good, right? Because I mean they showed that she can cleanse the entire team without it,
Yes,
which is
that's
super good.
insane.
But I guess the issue is just that Luocha can heal without using any skill points. I think that's like
Yeah.
That's
just
true.
a little bit hard to beat. Yeah.
Mhm.
Skill points
Here's the
always like
thing.
the fundamental
Yeah.
bottleneck for all DPS.
I
Here's
just
the thing
oh, go ahead.
though. Like, if there was 5 because though, Lynx can cleanse the whole team from being dominated.
Yes.
Yo,
We have the
What if
answer.
Ruby's dominated?
We have a solution to Mr. Pokey's thoughts.
Oyo is listening. You're gonna see
Actual-
5 Kafkas next patch.
Alright.
They better not.
Yo,
I-
can't wait.
Imagine that's what
Content,
happens
content.
because she's coming out. Imagine if that's what happens if she's coming out. But yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
I just think the
scary.
continuous healing, the max HP increase, the taunt, the AoE cleanse. She has the panic healing, which I think a lot of people really like a lot. Just in case like they're about to get hit again, someone's about to die. Panic ult. There you go. You have your. I'm assuming it's going to be a good amount of healing if you invest in her, pretty much. So that's why I put it right there. Yes, I think Luocha may be a centimeter higher than Lynx, just because, of course, the skill point. That's very important. Like, he never uses skill points. That's literally, I don't remember the last time I manually used skill on Luocha, to be honest.
Oh, I use that shit all the time, bro.
Oh, what? Skill issue? No, I'm just kidding.
I use that shit all the time, and I'm like, damn, Luocha got hit pretty hard there. Is he gonna die? Heal. Oh man, what's going on with my Kafka over there? Heal.
Nah, I don't remember. Personally, I don't remember last time I used his skill, to be honest. I'm not.
He's like, I
lie.
leave that bitch on auto.
Yeah, I actually do. The only time I play manuals MOC, I'm not even capping. Okay, but y'all get to be a Hoyoverse developer for a day. Okay, y'all are looking at Jing Yuan. The team is looking at Jing Yuan like, okay, we have a rough draft, a rough board. You get to say one thing that had they pick to fix. Like, you get to have one fix to Jing Yuan to make him actual with every other DPS. Okay, you get to do one fix. No ands, no this and this, just one fix to fix his entire kit. All right, who did I let go first? The last question.
I think it was Moon, maybe. I don't remember.
I think it was.
I don't remember either.
We're gonna do Mr. Poke because he hasn't gotten
Alright,
a chance to go first.
Sure. Yeah, I've actually thought about this quite a while actually. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I've been the #1 blacklisted man in the RCS Jing Yuan. So I really got to think about like how do we make Jing Yuan great again, right? And I think the easiest fix would just be the moment Jing Yuan gets 10 lightning lord stacks, it just instantly goes off, right? There's no delay. The moment he gets 10 lightning lords, it just goes off. No action value push up, no speed, just boom, 10 stacks go off. And so you don't really tie this to the speed that much. Although if you don't get 10 stacks, then it's just gonna slowly go off by itself, right? 8 stacks, then slowly just go. But if you get 10 stacks, then boom, immediately go. So it solves the issue of getting
That
crowd
would be
control. It solves the
amazing.
issue of like if you have too many stacks and then why if you get crowd control, you can't use them. So yeah,
Mhm.
that would be my fix.
I like that fix a
Oh,
lot.
I love that.
Yeah, that's.
I
I
love
think
that.
I would actually start using him again if he had that, because that waiting for the lightning lord to come out, either it goes off at the right moment but hits the wrong characters or something like that, or you're wasting time and you kind of have like free time, I guess you could say, when using him, or you're using it at the very last second with someone like a small little robots left over. You kind of want to use it when you kind of can plan it a little bit easier, in my honest opinion, if it goes off immediately rather than let it wait, because you never know what the enemy can do. We have so many that buff up their speed, buff up, everything when it comes to them on the action list or whatever it's called. So I would love that buff a lot more, to be honest, from what he has right now, which is every stack he gets more speed. I think 10, boom, instantly start. Oh, I would love that so much. All right,
All right, I
go
want to
ahead.
piggyback. Yeah. I'm gonna piggyback because you said we're the developers, right? So
Yeah.
like we're a team now. We're gonna make the perfect Jing Yuan. Okay.
Okay, let's build it up.
Yeah.
Let's build it
The
up. Let's build it
immediate
up.
10 stack lightning lord. Boom. That's beautiful. I love that. I want to replace the crit damage in his kit with crit rate. If he can get free crit rate, how Blade gets free crit rate to at least 50%, then you can focus on the crit damage. Then he's always going to be doing bling, 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 bling.
Doesn't
And
he
it
have
just
crit damage in his
skyrockets
traces?
damage. Got crit damage in his traces. Yeah.
I thought it was crit rate. No,
I don't think he has crit. Does he have crit rate?
I feel like at the top trace, isn't it like when he uses skill, it gives crit rate or something like that? I don't remember.
No. I mean the little bonus abilities, the little tiny circles when they give you like plus.
Oh,
8%
those.
attack, plus 8.
Those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make
okay.
that crit rate.
That's
so
something
that he gets
okay.
the 50.
Wait. I
It
got
is
you guys.
crit rate.
It actually is. Yeah, it is crit rate. It is crit rate.
I
Is
knew
it?
it.
Oh
Yeah, I
shit.
knew it.
Okay,
Oh
wait,
man, you're
I can't use
fired.
that
You're
one.
Jing Yuan
fired.
user.
Out.
Can't use that
Jing
one.
Yuan user.
This man don't even
They're
use
gonna be like,
Yeah,
it's
this
them.
could be.
Fake.
Yeah,
Fake.
we knew it.
Even the dog is like, bro, you messed up.
Yeah, right. She, bro, she
Oh my god,
always
it's so.
comes in
Oh my god, that dog is so
anytime.
cute.
Yeah, thank you. She anytime, man. Anytime she hears me talking on the mic, she comes in here. Or she has a sixth sense. So if I say, I won't say it now, but if I'm saying like, all right, it's, I'm wrapping up whatever I'm doing, she just knows, and she'll
Aw.
come in here, she'll walk up, she'll look at the camera, she'll look at me, and then she won't leave me alone like now. So she thinks like it's time, but it's not time.
She heard us, so she thinks it's time to go.
All
Yeah,
right.
that.
All right, non-Jing
Ah,
Yuan
dang.
user to know.
He's got crit rate. Okay, so I can't even use that one then. Frick.
Jing Yuan means
I
like,
don't-
look at that. He doesn't even know Jing Yuan like that, man.
I don't know what I would do.
And what's
Because
crazy? What's crazy? The Ascension 6 also gives a crit rate increase when you use your skill for 2 turns by 10%.
Man,
I
Fake.
just, bro,
Fake.
I don't know then because his maybe then crit. I can't replace the crit rate with crit damage. I want the crit rate.
I
you
think the
know?
crit rate
Like,
is honestly like the best thing to
yeah,
have
I
on
really want
base.
the crit rate, and then the light cone is super solid. Like that's one of the best light cones in the game, and I'm like, okay,
Reduce
that's
the
really
crit
cool.
damage.
Make him faster. Make his base speed faster.
Base speed faster.
At this point, like the lightning lord thing is literally it, because that's that and the effect resistance or like the crowd control
Mhm.
thing. That's the two things that I feel like significantly hold him back. I guess that and damage. I don't know. I mean,
This man just
buff
said
up his
everything.
damage.
If-
yeah, buff
rebuild the
everything,
character.
buff all the damage that he
Where
has.
we
Yeah,
just have to
just
get
buff everything.
Make the multipliers like wait, who has doesn't Silverwolf have like a
Double the
300%
multipliers.
multiplier or something like that? Give him Silverwolf multipliers. Make lightning
be
lord like
honest.
300%.
To be honest. All right, Moon, because your boy right here kind of just said rework the whole character. No, we're not. Can you name one thing on top of if you don't have anything besides just make instantly Lightning Lord happen, then go ahead and say it.
I think because I kind of said 2 solutions earlier, but I'm gonna go with the character because since they made Lynx, who is preservation and destruction, like she does the taunt for them, what if they made a buffer that can buff like follow-up damage or even lightning damage, whatever it is, but primarily I would say something to increase AoE damage, so probably the follow-up for Erudition only. Because the thing is, if
Ooh.
it's for everyone, then at that point, I'm not saying Blade shouldn't be able to benefit from it, but if they want to do like let's primarily make Erudition stronger with this character, then they can make it it'll give it like a normal buff for everybody, but then also an additional buff, which can be that follow-up attack damage by a bajillion %. And now Lightning Lord is murdering everything because he has like a huge buff. Because I think honestly the follow-up attack damage buff would be really good. So
Yeah.
that could be, I think, a good solution. I mean, granted, that would require like, now I feel like I have to pull a character. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to make this team even stronger, I don't personally think there's too much wrong with that.
Yeah.
But it ultimately comes down, like if it was like, Jing Yuan came out and then immediately a character like that came out, then I'd get it. But if it's like patches later, it's like, this character is somewhat a solution. Or the buff thing I mentioned. Or that dog, she's just going ham.
Moon is by far the best Hoyoverse developer that we make. 'Cause she instantly made a character
No
and
way.
profit. Like she instantly like, okay, we're gonna make some money. All right, we're gonna make
I just
a character.
gave them a character. Oh my god, I am literally.
So
what's funny is I go to school for business. So I'm just like,
Oof.
I know.
We're gonna see
Character.
Erudition support like in 1.5 watch. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, Erudition path gets extra crit rate, crit damage on this buff or something like that, and we're gonna be like, oh,
that'd
no.
be beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
But I think to be honest, the most craziest buff that they could do to completely change his like status as a character and would be the instant 10 stacks. Go ahead and do your
Yeah.
damage. Because
Yeah.
that would just overall just stop so many situations from happening. Like you can't get CC'd if you already hit your 10 stacks. Like because you're the one going after. You hit the 10 stacks, boom, Lightning Lord, and you don't have to worry about it getting reset because it just did it. So that honestly by far would be one of the best buffs. And as Moon said, the option to just bring out a character that solely buffs erudition is not a far off concept because we're getting it with Lynx, as I already stated multiple times. So that is a very good. Those are really good buffs in all honesty. I just hope it's not a 5-star, so I don't have to, because I don't know if I'm gonna get every character in the game. It kind of is taking a toll on my wallet.
Nah,
Pay to win, pay to win.
Yeah, bro.
You know what?
It's gonna be a 4-star. It's not gonna be free, and it's gonna be on the banner that you don't want a character for.
Fact.
That's what's
Oh,
gonna
bro,
happen.
when they start doing 4-stars on reruns, oh my god.
Yeah.
Because I already know when PlayStation gets their release, because they're gonna get it soon. They said it was gonna be in Q4 of this year. They're gonna put a brand new 4-star on Seller's banner or something like that. I'm like, no, please don't do that. I beg.
I don't need any more Zealous.
Oh,
I
serious?
don't need.
What is it?
Is that
What?
real? I
What?
never heard about it.
What?
Well, no,
Like, they're gonna put a brand new 4-star on City's banner.
No. Do not get Hoya versus Snipe me, please. He's gonna be like,
Okay,
blah, 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 on all of our chat. No.
Like, how does he know our plans?
No.
Like, I was just guessing.
No, but it makes sense though. But it makes sense though.
They
Like,
just watched this video and they're like, oh my god, such a great idea.
no, but honestly, when PlayStation does get their release, they're instantly rerunning everyone's banner. Like they're gonna do Cele, Jing Yuan, Kafka, Blade. They're gonna do all of that for
I
sure.
could believe it.
Because
yeah.
when they
A
re-release
lot
the
of
game,
games do that.
Yeah, because like
want everyone to be able to catch up.
Yeah, exactly. So they're definitely gonna do rerun banners. That'll be finally time for me to save. Thank God. I don't have to worry about brand new characters every time. But let's go ahead and I want to bring up this question. Okay, knowing that all the DPSs in the game, Cele, Kafka, Blade, Imberber Lune, Topaz, Jing Liu, Yanqing, all these DPSs in the game, right? Say every single one of y'all did not have Jing Yuan, and y'all skipped them the first time. Would you pull them on a rerun banner?
No.
Bro.
Are these
If our
the
buffs happen, then
yeah
yes.
are the new buffs that
Are
we
the new
just
buff?
talked
No,
about
no new buff.
implemented? No.
No. Okay, maybe we'll
Okay.
make it a part 2 question. Yes, and then no. Well, no, and then yes. So as he is right now, package is he right now with all. Say you have no characters, right? You're starting the game. You know all these characters' information. You looked it up beforehand. You did your due diligence, right? You see everyone here, and you see Jing Yuan as a part of that list. Are you summoning on his banner at all? Out of all the DPSs?
Nah, I can't because I mean we've talked about it so many times, right? Kafka, similar investment, but way better output and
Waifu.
that's a big factor.
Yeah,
too.
that is actually
And
a really
then
big factor.
That's a huge factor, right?
Yes.
Everybody pulls for waifus, and then on top of that, I feel like Kafka's presence in the meta, like her ability or potential, only goes up. It doesn't go down. They
Yeah,
release
that
a
is
new
true.
DOT character, boom, she's still right there. They release a new buffer for DOTs or whatever, right? A new mechanic that's for DOTs, a new DOT itself, her stuff goes up. So it's crazy potential for that character. I would easily pull that over Jing Yuan. Blade, if I had Claire, which can't control that, maybe, right? But even then, Zila's still right there. So I'd still prioritize Zila over Jing Yuan. And then I'm thinking about it in a way of like, especially if I was free to play and I was coming to the game, I've seen all the characters. Who do I want to pull? I'd probably even pick Topaz over Jing Yuan. Not because I think Topaz is stronger than Jing Yuan, just because she's got thighs. She's showing all the thigh meat, bro. So I'm saying what somebody that's free to play might say, right? Like they want the waifu.
Cut
but...
that out. Cut that out.
That's gonna be at
No,
the
but-
beginning of the video.
That's the hook right there.
Yep.
But it does work out. You know, it does work out. Jing Yuan's just compared to all the other DPS characters, he needs everything. He needs his light cone, and if you don't get that, what is it? Seriousness of breakfast, or is it
Yeah.
that, it's that one, right?
Serious of breakfast, yeah.
That's a gotcha light cone, right? So
It's free to play.
even
No, it's free
is
to
it free to play?
Yeah,
It's
you
free
get
to
it through
play?
MOC. It's
Oh my
MOC.
god,
okay.
fake
So you get-
Hoyoverse.
Yeah, this dude don't even play the
I don't need it. I don't need it.
game.
I don't need it. I don't need it. So like, I
Oh,
don't
now
need
he's
it.
flexing. He's
cancel.
flexing now. Oh
I
my
I
god.
don't use that
double
light cone.
whammy.
No, I don't use it. So I don't register like if I can. I only register the ones that I can get to S5, and I need them. So, like,
Oh,
you can get
actual
serious with breakfast.
flexer out of
Yeah,
here, man.
well, like if I needed S5, right? And even then, because I have what's the Nihility light cone everyone gasses up. Good night and sleep well. That's definitely a gotcha light cone, but I've got
Yeah.
that S5, and then I have another one that's S2. So I'm just like, I just happen to have a bunch of those light cones, and they're like, "Oh, bro, you're a whale." And I'm like, "No, the game just doesn't like me. When I go for light cones, it does not like giving me what I want." But
Mhm.
for seriousness of breakfast, I think I have that S5, but I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't use it. Like I have Jing Yuan's light cone. I have Himiko's light cone, not on purpose. I lost my 50-50, so it is what it is, and I don't use it, but it's there. and then they gave us Servals for free. So I just never needed breakfast. But if breakfast is free and you can S5 that, cool. It still doesn't output the same damage that I would want from Jing Yuan's light cone. And if I'm trying to keep up with the meta and make him as strong as the other DPS characters, I need Jing Yuan, I need his light cone, I need Ting Yun, potentially Asta, because we're not using the buffs that we just talked about earlier, or some other form of speed control. I need a sustained character. So now we're looking at, I can't get Bailu by choice. So I'm looking at either Japard, Bushwin, or Locha. I guess I could use Lynx. Lynx could probably work too, but in order for her to heal him, she has to give him aggro, which will increase his, like, I'm getting bullied, I'm getting CC'd, and I don't want that. So I probably wouldn't use her. So it's just, it's really hard to, you know, as a new player, look at everything that we have now and the couple characters that have already been revealed coming into the game and saying, hey, pull Jing Yuan anyway. Like, you have to be a diehard Jing Yuan main to be like, all right, I'm getting Jing Yuan no matter what, because there's so much other crap you got to get with Jing Yuan. So if they come out, Ting Yu's not on the banner, you're screwed. Asa's not on the banner, you're screwed. And now you have this character with no buffers, right? Like, it's not just him that you pull. You have to pull the whole team.
All right, Mr. Pokey, would you roll for him if you had your Precious account with all the other DPSs in mind? You know what they do. Would you actually go for him?
Yeah, from a content creator perspective, I still would, because I just want to collect every single character and do all the testing myself. So yeah, I will still pull for him. I don't give a shit if it's gonna be shit. I'm raising my goal for my own account right now. I want to raise every single character to level 80, just because I want to play this game like.
I'm trying that too, but man, it's rough.
I'm not really even farming relics that much. Yeah, because in my opinion, like, if you can already do like a 30 out of 30 MOC star, there's no point like improving your relics that much, and I find more joy just playing with different units. But just for me, right? But from an efficient standpoint, I completely agree with EO. If you want to pull for Jing Yuan, when you already know there's gonna be units in the future like Kafka, AoE, Lightning, just do like everything that he does, then I probably wouldn't pull for it. But from the support standpoint, maybe it wouldn't be that bad, because I feel like Ting Yun and Asa, all these kind of characters, you can kind of give it to anybody. So even if I were to raise them for Jing Yuan, it's not bad if Jing Yuan doesn't need them, because I can just give it to like my Sile, or I can give it to like my Blade, all this kind of stuff. And also, Asta is got it for free, so like at least you do get one free copy of Asta. We just really need that, do you? So yeah, just from that perspective, this difference between my content creator side and my efficiency side.
Makes 100% sense. And Moon, I think we already heard your opinion, but if you want to go off a little bit more, yes or no?
I just gotta say one thing. We should have totally gaslight him into thinking Good Night Sleep Well was also free.
Oh, that would have been dang, yeah.
That would have been crazy. They were like, bro, EO's so stupid. Who called him a theory crafter? Why do y'all watch him? I'm like, damn, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Good Night Sleep Well, totally free to play, by the way.
Yeah, but I think definitely if he had the buff in mind with which one we made up with the 10 stacks instantly happening, I think most of us would be like, yeah, I think he'd be really good for that. Because I think when I didn't get to say it at first, but honestly, yeah, his shield breaking is by far one of the nastiest things in this game. Like, if it's single target lightning weakness, that shield is gone. Like, no matter what, it's gonna go so far down so quick. That Lightning Lord has weights. I think he's the best unit in shield breaking, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember. I know it's on Pride Win on somewhere with like the shield break units or something like that.
He just melts.
Yeah, he has like the highest
when he
one.
has 10 stacks. Yeah, when he has 10 stacks.
Yeah, when he has his 4 to 5. I don't know about that, but
I think him. His skill plus 10 stacks on non-elite enemies. So like Savarot, Kafka, all of those big guys. I think his skill plus 10 stacks on anything that has lightning weakness, they just lose. Like, they don't have a bar of toughness anymore. And it just takes that one instance and it's gone. So, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive for sure non-elites.
Man's actually like scared to get something else.
Yeah, I have to second guess it now.
Yeah. Yeah, but in all honesty, yeah, it is kind of hard trying to pull for Jing Yuan with at the state he is right now. There's just so many different characters where if they kind of buff, I guess you could say multiple things at once, trying to give Jing Yuan some shine, you're kind of running into the situation where Blade, Sela, Kafka, these other characters also might get buffed as well. And that just raises like Jing Yuan from getting here to here and then sell it from here to here. Like, he kind of falls back no matter what, unless they exclusively give him Erudition support. So that's the only thing that sucks, in all honesty, with having Jing Yuan and trying to get him to where people would actually summon for him or on a rerun banner or anything like that. So I think everybody, and I think me included, I felt guilty wanting to go for Kafka just because I was like, I already have Jing Yuan, but like, Jing Yuan's not cutting it, in all honesty. Like, he wasn't really doing much for me. And I kind of was thinking about maybe I'll skip Kafka. Maybe I just won't waste my money, right? And I like how someone started laughing.
Don't lie to yourself.
No, I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. I was so close. Well, it was like when Jing Yuan released, right? I was like, man, when Kafka comes out, I know she's going to be lightning because, of course, you get to play her in the tutorial. So I was like, I don't see a reason for me to go for her if I have Jing Yuan. And then that instantly got evaporated as soon as that MOC buff left. So I was like, I just felt guilty because I know a lot of free-to-play players save like they did for Kafka, where they didn't spend anything until Jing Yuan came out. And they spent everything, like Cone, him, everything, right? And I think that set a really bad taste in their mouth when they noticed that there's other characters that are doing the same thing as Jing Yuan. Like, follow-up attacks aren't special because they go for destruction. They go for other... Sela has, I guess you could say AoE with her thing too, where AoE is not special either for Erudition. You have Sela who can do multiple hits on single targets that do so much damage. You have Blade who has follow-up attack. You have Clara that does skill, which is AoE. She has follow-up attacks as well in destruction. There's just overall too many things that, you know, Erudition doesn't have, that every other character has, that Jing Yuan has. And trying to set the bar or raise Jing Yuan's bar is most likely going to raise every other character's bar. So it sucks, in all honesty, that he has the potential to be really good. But the problem is, with this potential, you're also raising everyone else's potential if we don't exclusively give out Erudition support. So that's the only thing that sucks. It is really hard to think about Jing Yuan being a top contender in any form of content, in all honesty, just because we have everybody else. And with other characters releasing, Jing Liu, Topaz, Dan Heng, which I think Dan Heng is going to break the game, in all honesty, just because this dude has his own skill points. Literally has his own skill points. And I was thinking, if he has his own skill points, he might be our first positive skill point DPS, because you could technically just use your skill up to the amount they give you for free, and then you don't waste any skill points. So
I think the way that they explained it is that one ult gives you max whatever you want. So like,
I don't think they said it.
No,
I think
really?
Was that not what they were showing?
Did they?
I thought it was two
When
stacks or
they were
something like that.
No.
it's
When I
just-
was looking
maybe
at
they
it from the stream, it looked like he took up one token, and like after he uses ult, he gets a token, or talisman, whatever it's called, and then he would just boom, 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 and then he did the big dragon finisher. Maybe they cut it in a way to where it looks like that. I'm not too sure. I'd have to wait and see for whenever it comes out. But I feel like that would be the more appropriate thing to do, because ultimate is something he has to have a high cost ultimate. There's no way they're giving him like a 120 ultimate, you know, and he's dishing out that much damage for free. He has to have a high cost one. So if they're gonna make it high cost, it's already gonna take you anywhere between 3 to 5 turns to get that on average. Then yeah, let me get my free 3-stack skill every 3 to 5 turns, you know? If they do it that way, I think it'll be a lot more balanced out. But if they make it to where like you need 3 ultimate tokens to do 3 free skills, then it just you know.
All right. I guess we could let the rest of this be 1.3 because we already got it from IO, so let's go ahead and get it from Moon and Poke, and then we can just close it off with our final thoughts about Jing Yuan. And then I think we can wrap it up from there. So if you want to give anything from 1.3 that you're excited about, because we already talked about Dan Heng, so we might as well just finish this off with everyone else's opinion. Mr. Pokey, what are you excited for? What are you looking forward to for 1.3?
I'm definitely very, very excited for the new Student Universe update. It looks so
Oh yeah, that thing.
and like
that bug.
I feel like the bugs, the whole maze thing it reminds me of what's it called, what the game is? Hades? Like this kind of roguelike games. I'm
Oh,
super
yeah,
into these
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
games,
I love that game.
right now, Student Universe is really something like this, but there's gonna be even more. So I'm super hyped for that.
Oh,
And
heck yeah.
I feel that if this is gonna be a permanent content, I'm probably gonna make a lot of content for this, because MOC is just you do it once every 2 weeks, and there's really not much else to do in Star Rail. So this thing, I'm super looking for it. Other than this, Dan Heng, Fusion, you know, I'm just gonna well, I'm not gonna raise my expectations too high, because that's literally what everybody did for Jing Yuan. Like, oh my god, he's gonna power creep ceiling, he's gonna do everything. So if I have this mindset thinking about it for Dan Heng, and then he comes out to be like
Mid.
just mid, I'm gonna be so disappointed. So I'm just gonna reserve all my expectations for all the units going forward. Yeah. That's pretty much.
That's honestly the best way for everyone, not just content creators, for free to plays, for moderate spenders. If you think this character looks really busted and then they come out and they don't look so good, you're just setting yourself up for failure. So it's better to think like they could do good. They look nice. If I get them, that's good. But overall, don't try to be like number one DPS is gonna happen. Well, to be honest, me personally, I'm gonna raise that bar for Don Hung because having your own skill points is a little busted in my opinion. But in my honest opinion, so yeah, I think everyone should just make sure don't raise your expectations way too hard for any character because if they come out and you don't like it, you should probably wait a little bit for content creators to test them out. Say if they look good or whatever, look at multiple different people like these guys right here so that you can see all of our opinions. And let's go ahead and finish it off with Miss Moon with your favorite things to come out in 1.3.
I'm definitely excited for that new mode in Simulated Universe. It just looks really cool to play, and it's just interesting to say the least. I'm also really excited for Fu Xuan. I finally figured out how to say her name from that live stream. I originally thought it was Fu Xuan, but apparently it's Fu Xuan, and I'm like, wow, all right, let me just fix this for the next video. But I'm really excited for her because ever since we saw her in the story, I was really excited to pull for her due to her design. And I'm really curious once she's here, how good her sustain actually is because of how she goes about being a preservation unit. Because she doesn't, from what it looks like, doesn't do any of the shields. Instead, she does a damage mitigation, which I think is pretty cool. And I definitely think it'll be a new sort of touch to basically that class. And I just want to see how good her sustain is if you really need a healer with her or not, because a lot of people are saying Lynx and Fushun and Zila Silverwolf, which I think that team will be really, really strong.
That's gonna be no dying. Literally.
Yeah, no, you won't. I mean, granted, you would still probably want a character in that team to provide cleanse because it didn't look like Fushun gives any, which I don't. Yeah, the only preservation that I can remember off the top of my head that does is March, but I'm not sure if Fushun does it. If I were to guess, probably not.
Yeah, it'd be too busted.
I think they would have said something, but that's why maybe in that case, all right, if you don't have cleanse, obviously with Zila or Silverwolf, in that case, Lynx is really good because now you have the healing if need be, but you also have the cleanse from Lynx. So I guess in that case, then I just answered my own question. If you should use them together. In that case, I guess, yeah. Okay, let me jot this down for my video. But I'm just really excited for her. And if you see me with copies of her, mind your business.
Oh Lord.
I can't.
She's gonna
I
E6 her.
I want to. I just want to see what she does.
Ooh, Mr. Poe.
But if it's
go ahead. Sorry.
All the best. All the best.
Are you saying something else? Oh, sorry.
I just want to know. I'm not gonna E6 her right away,
Oh, okay.
off rip. It's just
Right
I need to
away.
see. Not right away.
Eventually.
He's gonna test out if she's mid, and if she's not mid, is insta debt.
It just depends what her copies of her would do. Like if it can somehow make her do a bunch of damage or just whatever, because I know her ultimate does damage from what we saw. And if out of nowhere now she's just dishing out damage, I'm like, oh wow, let me make a main DPS Fu Xuan video. And people are gonna be real confused.
Gonna gaslight the whole community, be like, Fu Xuan's actually Omega DPS. Yeah, I think definitely they're gonna play it. Oh, go ahead.
To be fair, Silverwolf E6 is she's something else with that damage.
Yeah.
Her E6 just made her so freaking strong.
Yeah, I can definitely see them putting preservation characters, healing characters with eidolons that give them damage, like they do Silverwolf with E4, E6, E1, giving a bunch of modifiers and all that type of stuff. I can easily see them do that for everyone like Fu Xuan since her ultimate is damage. But let's go ahead and wrap this up because I've kept these guys here for way too long. They're like, please let me out. Ayo, go ahead.
I don't mind, bro. I love talking about Starro.
All right, Ayo, let's go ahead. Your final thoughts about Jing Yuan. You can talk about anything possible just to wrap it all up. Go ahead.
Give him the 10 stack lightning lore thing, man. That'd be sick.
Imagine
I'd love the hell out of him after that. Jing Yuan mains Reddit. Don't take me to Reddit.
We're already
And
on Reddit before the video's out.
I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised.
we're
if
definitely
Brock-
going there. We're definitely going
Yeah.
there. We're
They're gonna be
100%
like,
going
look
there.
at
Like,
these
there's
four
no doubt about it.
bozos talk about Jing
They're
Yuan.
gonna
They know
clip all the
nothing.
bad things, and then they're gonna say, "Look, they're so dumb. They want 10 stack immediate lightning lord, but the reason that he doesn't have that is because if he did, he'd be broken, and he needs to be balanced out. That's why he's slow and gets CC'd."
All right,
I'm not gonna
Mr.
gag on them too much, but Jing's cool. You know, I like
Yeah,
Jing. I just want
definitely.
more for him. I don't hate the character.
Mm.
I want him to be as strong as the other DPSs in the game, especially for him being the second banner, second limited
Yeah, the
character that we
second
got.
banner.
Like, there's no reason he should have been power crept immediately after he came out. Like,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. So that's all that I want from him. But yeah, the king will be a king once again, eventually.
Eventually, hopefully. Mr. Pokey, go
King
ahead and say your final thoughts about Jing
King
Yuan.
Yuan.
Try not to get us canceled.
Yeah, sure. No. We're not gonna cancel. I guess at the end of the day, and this is a sentiment that I think a lot of players would share, is that I don't really mind that much if Jing Yuan is not even that strong, because the amount of strength or the amount of power level you need to clear MOC right now is really not that high. Like, you can literally, there's been a 0-turn clear MOC 10 using Arlen. 0-turn clears, and it's like
What?
super
I've
free
been
to clear.
trying to tell
Yeah.
people he's cracked.
So,
like,
like,
you're like, oh man, Arlen's weak, and I'm like, no, that character's like.
Is he actually
nasty.
good?
Yeah.
Holy, I didn't know that.
I never used him, but I suppose, yeah, it's crazy. So my bottom line is literally you can use any character in this
Yeah,
game to
definitely.
clear MOC 10. So I don't really care that much if like Jing Yuan is not top tier or if it's bottom tier, because tier lists at the end of the day, it has to account for their weaknesses and their strengths, right? Just because it's 0-turn clear MOC 10 doesn't automatically mean everybody's gonna be SSSS tier. But even if you're not SSSS tier, it's fine. Like, it's fine. Like, you're still playing every single content of the game. Like, it's completely fine. So
100%.
that's my final thought. I don't really mind if it's not top tier. I'm still gonna like my King Yuan, right?
Yeah. One person said it. One. All right, Moon, go ahead and let us know your final thoughts about Jing Yuan.
I guess mainly just everything we went over. Like, there are the issues, but I mean, Hoyo, I know you're watching, right? Right? Okay. So do a secret buff in 1.5, 1.4, 1.3 even. We won't tell anyone. They'll notice eventually that like the lightning lord hits right away. But you know what? Let's just say it's just your imagination. Like, it's not truly happening, but in reality, it's happening. Just slide that buff in, and then we'll talk about it then and be like, oh my god, guys, look, Jing Yuan got the biggest buff in the world. He's blowing everyone up now. Woo.
S plus tier for sure if that ever ends up happening. But yeah, at the end of the day, with all of our thoughts wrapped up, we 100% don't believe, like, we don't hate Jing Yuan. Like, we don't. A lot of us like the design. A lot of us like the kit of the character, in all honesty. It's just that we want better for him. That's the main thing. And I think that's why a lot of people get messed up. It's not like a lot of the community just wants to hate on him, crap on him just for no reason. They want to see that character get better. We don't want like him to forever be bad or something or not be usable. Because of course, like Mr. Pokey said, you can definitely clear, and we've all cleared 30-star MOC with him before. And I've done it multiple times, in all honesty, until they brought out, I think, Blade for me to actually use another DPS. It's possible to clear out everything with Jing Yuan, and it doesn't matter if he's A tier, S tier, S plus tier in your eyes. If he could clear out everything, then that's all that matters. And if you're having fun with them, that's all that matters as well. So again, this is not a form of hate in towards Jing Yuan and the community when they talk bad about him. It's because we want him to get better. That's the main thing of the whole, I guess you could say, discussion around him. And I just wanted to make this with these content creators right here because they're all cool. I've seen all their videos. I think, in all honesty, we've all have our own thoughts and opinions about him, and we just want to see him get better because we've all wasted our money on him. But yeah, that's pretty much it for.
That bastard took both my 50-50s.
I have not won a single light cone 50-50, just so y'all know. Ever since
He's
that's
only
crazy.
one I've lost.
You know the worst thing? It's not even 50-50. It's 75-25.
Yeah, 75-25. I've never won
Skill
one.
issue.
I've never won one. That is insane. I literally don't know how that happens.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, I have no
Right.
idea. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was really cool to do this with all of them. Y'all better like the video, comment, all that type of stuff. So maybe we do it again. I don't know if they still like me after this. I don't know. We'll see. See y'all guys in the next one. Everyone say bye to the comments, stuff like that. See y'all in the next one. And peace.
Smell you later.
Bye.
Peace.